Good morning, Mark. I love the mornings when I can say good morning, Mark, and most of the panel look around. Mate, I brought my naturalisation papers along from 1967.
Let's have a look.
Okay.
Right.
I escaped the John Kennedy administration in 1963. I fled the administration and came to Australia.
Where were you born?
In America.
Yeah,
my mum was an Aussie war bride, and we went back to the States, and I was born in Virginia.
Oh, okay.
But I want to thank you for pushing back against Fran's comments on Gillian Trigg. I thought that was very good of you.
Just a difference of opinion.
Indeed. Now, look, as far as trusts are concerned, I wrote to the ATO Commissioner in 2001, 16 years ago.
After the Ralph Review?
Around the time of the Ralph Review, complaining about the availability of trust distributions to people in a perfectly legitimate fashion at the time, but allowing them to split income with people who were not immediately involved in the production of the income, and I never got a response. It's wonderful to see that somebody is, after 16 years, is taking some notice of this issue.
Costello and Howard had a go at it, as you know, in 2002
They did.
And got held down by the Nats.
Indeed.
And Hockey had another crack at it internally. I think that was in opposition, so about 2010. And similarly, the concern was about farms. So what Labor's done now is to inoculate farms, but not small business, and charities and others. And it's still $4.1 billion is a lot of money.
Now, I have emailed both you and Mark Kenny a link to an item that appeared on the ABC 774 interview program with John Fain, I think it was last year, where the wife of David Feeney was talking, Liberty Sanger, was talking about family trusts. I invite you to have a look at that recording. So if Chris Bowen wants to talk about family trusts, he need only go as far as David Feeney to find out about it.
There are a few others too, a few others in Labor. I think Don Farrell's got 3 or 4 trusts.
Now, I'm a retired tax officer, 26 years, and I want to blow the whistle on some issues, a wide range of issues, including the possibility that the ATO does not have adequate resourcing of tracing of trust distributions.
Right.
That is, somebody's trust return shows distributions to companies or individuals or other trusts, and perhaps the ATO hasn't adequately followed up on whether those beneficiaries have returned the income. Right. I want to pursue this via a Senate committee, and I'm not getting any support. I'll refer that to you as well.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Thanks very much for your time.
Bill. Good to see you.
Good on you. Fran, why hasn't the ABC reported on the guilty plea of John Stevens, a former ATO staffer, in that indecent assault matter? You don't know anything because you don't care to look, as far as I can conclude.
Is often.
How often am I unpleasant to you, Fran? So, John Stevens. Can we talk about John Stevens? Why has the ABC... G'day, Mark. Why has the ABC not reported on the guilty plea of John Stevens, a former staffer of the ABC? Why hasn't the ABC reported that? He pleaded guilty to indecently assaulting a young boy who had appeared on the ABC. So why wouldn't the ABC report on this story? You were all very interested in George Pell's background, which is fair enough, but what about John Stevens? No reply was the answer from Fran. I come down to the ABC on a Sunday morning to attempt to raise issues that are of concern to me and other people in terms that I regard as bias or imbalance or the pursuit of narratives by the ABC, and this is one of the issues. They have been relentless in reporting issues relating to George Pell, but a former ABC staffer, John Stevens, late last year, I believe, pleaded guilty in a court on the Central Coast of New South Wales to indecently assaulting a young boy. and it appeared in the Daily Telegraph, but not on their ABC. I just can't imagine why that might be. Bill Thompson for Outside Insiders.